What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be going over Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM. They have a very substantial catalyst coming up next week. It is going to be a very big event, and it's going to be something we've never seen out of Nano Dimension before. So we're going to go over everything that we can expect from this event out of Nano Dimension and where I think the stock price is headed. We're also going to go over some of the institutional ownership that has come out recently about Nano Dimension. And when we take a look at that, you are going to see that it is absolutely great news. There are so many new institutions initiating new positions in NNDM. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoy the information that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much to the 3,100 people that have already turned on that notification bell. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for showing me so much support on my videos. Let's get that number above 5,000 notifications very soon. So Nano Dimension has been in a downtrend over the past week. They have fallen about 10%. Now, the reason for this is because they had a pretty large shareholder meeting last Monday when the US stock exchange markets were closed. Now, what they wanted to do in this shareholder meeting, they were voting to increase the amount of shares that they could issue for capital. So it was kind of strange. We couldn't really figure out what was going on. There was no news articles coming out, but we did see Nano Dimension ripping in the European markets. Now, the next day on Tuesday, Nano Dimension announced an absolutely gargantuan offering of $500 million that actually closed by the end of this week. So there is no more offering anymore. The $500 million offering has finalized, and I think this is going to be the bottom for NNDM. I've been saying it a lot in my previous Nano Dimension videos that anything under 15 is a good spot to initiate a new position or add to your current position in Nano Dimension. I could see this stock going above $30 a share by the end of 2021. Now, if we come over and take a look at some of the institutional holdings for Nano Dimension, we can see that anything that is highlighted in green here is a newly initiated position over the last quarter. So ARK Invest obviously owns a lot of shares. This has ARK Invest totals at about 8.3 million. Now, we've seen ARK Invest daily trade reports, so these numbers are going to be a little bit different. Now, we also see that Citadel, everybody's favorite company right now, has a couple of different positions in Nano Dimension. They actually have a put, and if you scroll down here, they also have a call. And then a little bit down a little bit further, we can actually see that they own a little bit of shares as well. But in general, there are some big names on this list. We have BlackRock, we have ARK Invest, Renaissance Technologies initiated a new position. If you don't know about Renaissance Technologies and you are interested in learning about some algorithmic trading in the stock market, definitely go research them. They had this fund called the Medallion Fund, which was the most successful hedge fund of all time. They was absolutely insane. I think they were seeing yearly returns of almost 70% on a consistent basis. So you guys definitely need to go check them out if you're interested in learning more about algorithmic trading. So the really big event that we have coming for Nano Dimension is going to be this right here. So it is going to be the AME Academy. So this is Additively Manufactured Electronics Academy. So the AME Academy is the first ever seminar on additive manufacturing of electronics with leading industry experts. This online event will cover the future of additive manufacturing, software, hardware, and automation for electronic devices. Attendees will hear firsthand about revolutionary applications and advancements of this technology from R&D to commercial applications by leading research institutes and companies developing and using AME technology for fabricating electronic devices. If you would like to sign up for this event, all you have to do is go to Nano Dimension's website and click on the AME Academy tab and save your seat. So this event is going to be happening on February 23rd, and it is a full day long event from 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we are going to see a lot of good news come out about NNDM and their business model and the sector that they're in total. One of the things that I think we need to look out for in this AME Academy event is that the CEO of Nano Dimension has come out in the past and said that he wants their Dragonfly LDM system to be mass produced by Nano Dimension and have the capabilities to mass produce their complex 3D printed electronic circuitry. So if they are able to do that and get this product into as many hands as possible, their valuation is going to go insane. Now, Nano Dimension is already in a good spot for 2021. They are planning on acquiring between 1 and 3 companies with the $1.5 billion of funds that they have raised. There is also a worldwide semiconductor shortage. We can see here that the pandemic has created a global semiconductor shortage that's disrupted industries ranging from cars to consumer electronics. The easy fix, you think, is for manufacturers to build more processors, but the problem is more complex than pumping out more chips. The unprecedented semiconductor shortage stems from 3 issues: a slowdown and then a rapid recovery in automotive sales, a massive uptick in the demand for consumer electronics, and the long lead times in chip production. Nano Dimension is actually going to be able to help out with this. So we can see here, Nano Dimension bridges the gap between PCB and semiconductor integrated circuits. If NNDM is able to get their hands in this problem and be able to help, we are going to see Nano Dimension's revenue increase and their valuation in the stock market will increase as well. Now, the next big catalyst that we need to keep in mind as Nano Dimension investors is going to be its earnings report. So if we come over here, we can see that Nano Dimension is projected and estimated to be announcing their earnings on March 9th, 2021. Now, this date is not the actual date and the actual set in stone date that Nano Dimension is going to be reporting their earnings. Over the next week or two, we should see Nano Dimension announce a specific date that they are going to be announcing their earnings. Now, in my opinion, Nano Dimension is a long-term play, and these short earnings and what they're making right now isn't that important. But we are going to see some volatility after their earnings because their revenue and EPS numbers will play a role to new investors that want to get into NNDM, and the institutions are probably going to be basing their future investments off NNDM's current earnings. Now, all of these institutions have long-term projections for the PCB and additively manufactured markets, and they know that Nano Dimension is the top player. But we could see some short-term volatility going into this event and after this event. But we have seen in this letter to shareholders that Yoav Stern has remarked, as I have commented in our quarterly results conference calls since May 2020, as well in presentations to dozens of new investors during the 8 capital raising transactions totaling $1 billion, which is now $1.5 billion, since May 2020. The pandemic affected the sales of our Dragonfly LDM systems in 2020. Now, keep in mind that these LDM systems sales have been affected, but with the worldwide semiconductor shortage, we could see that turn around very soon. Now, in fact, I stated publicly that revenue in 2020 could be close to 0. Therefore, he is very pleased with their results, and they have reported an unaudited revenue of approximately $3.4 million for the year ended December 31st, 2020. Now, these are unaudited numbers, and they need to be confirmed at Nano Dimension's earnings. To me, this is a very good sign when the CEO of Nano Dimension comes out and says that they expected to make no revenue throughout an entire year, and they end up making $3.5 million in a time where making sales, especially these high-ticket sales for these Dragonfly LDM systems, which cost upwards of $150,000 to $250,000, and they can come out and deliver numbers like this in the world climate that we are in today. I think that is a very good sign. So overall, I think this dip in Nano Dimension will be a very good one to buy. We have seen very strong price action through 2021 for NNDM, and I think this is just a small pullback before we get back on the train all the way up to the moon and beyond. So that's going to be it for this update on Nano Dimension. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.